we got to talk Twitter, because I have had a couple calls from you from the White House saying, you know, Don, maybe you're getting a little hot on social media.
That's true.
Do you understand irony and how that works?
I do. And I think that you're getting a little hot on Twitter sometimes. You know, it's really, I don't call it Twitter, I call it social media. Mm-hmm. And it's a way of getting out to the world. And you get out to the world too, on my behalf and on the country's behalf, because you want to see good things happen. And sometimes you'll say things that you probably regret. How often does that happen to you?
Well, it's an interesting question. There are probably times I regret it, but I've sort of learned, and I think we've probably seen in the last week, sometimes sort of taking it back rather than just owning it is actually worse. You know, sort of the apology for something that doesn't necessarily need an apology. Maybe it's a hot take, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. I mean, I think the one we saw last week was Drew Brees. You know, what do you think about him sort of cowering to the mob and that whole controversy?
So I watched his first statement, which was a beautiful statement. Proud of the flag, proud of the country, proud of everything. Talk about his father and his grandfather serving. And then the following day, it was almost like, I take it back. I was shocked because I consider him a great football player, but I consider him a champion and a star. And I didn't understand what was going on, and he took it back, and I've never seen anything like it. And I think he hurt himself very badly. And I was going to put out that he'll regret that in the future years, because you stand for the flag. You have to stand for the flag and the anthem. Our national anthem, you have to stand. And I think the NFL is going to have a lot of problems if they don't. And I think the same thing with U.S. soccer. They said they're not going to have to stand. Well, if they don't stand, nobody's going to want to watch it. And I think they'll have a lot of problems. But I think the NFL will, that'll be a tremendous I was very surprised. I like Roger Goodell. I was very shocked that he made that statement. It didn't even look like there was any pressure on him. He made it out of nowhere in summertime. What's he doing? Why is he doing that? So I was disappointed with Roger Goodell. I was very disappointed with Drew Brees because he's a warrior, and he just caved under the pressure. You know, a lot of warriors, they cave under PR pressure because his manager said, oh, this isn't right, and his teammates said this isn't right, and everybody said, and all of a sudden he's out there disclaiming about the flag and the country. And he doesn't, I don't believe he believes his second statement as much.
What's interesting is,
by the way, he may believe it. But what he should be doing is not talking about the second. He should have stuck with his first.
well, what was interesting is he actually put that disclaimer language the first time. He actually said, listen, I understand America's not perfect, but I respect it and my grandparents fought for it.
He should have fought through it.
So about 3